I hope all of you are staying home and staying safe. I'm really excited to be a part of the show. And I really hope that everyone who's watching us will be able to take back something with them after the show is over. I am actually a pharmacist by profession. So I've been in the healthcare domain for quite a few years now. And the Muse Studio is my baby. I've understood the intricacies of cooking, what are the different spices, what are the aromas, and now I'm loving this.
Thank you so much, Prashansa. That was a very, very amazing introduction. So, Prashansa, what have you planned for this evening? What are the recipes that you are going to share with us? What are the dishes that you have for us?
Okay, so I'm quickly going to show you three different recipes. One is a peanut butter bar, second is a roasted vegetable salad, and third is a mango latte. So we are quickly going to start with the first one. These are peanut butter bars, and I'm going to start with the ingredients. So first, what I have with me is this is oats powder. I've just taken oats. You can take oats of any brand. It could be Baggeries or Quaker or whatever oats you prefer. You dry roast them slightly so that they become crispy, a little more crunchier. And then you just put them in a mixie and make a powder. So this is just basic oats powder. Second, the main ingredient, which is the peanut butter. Now, this is homemade peanut butter. Since we indulge a lot into these bars, I prefer to make my peanut butter at home. However, you could use any peanut butter that you like. But the only opinion that I have is that if you are going to indulge in this more often, just check the level of preservatives and salts that the jars that you get outside have. It's preferred that you make your own peanut butter. You take raw peanuts, you roast them slightly until the skin comes off. Put them in the blender. For 1 cup of peanuts, you will take approximately half a cup of honey and 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil and just blend it all together. And keep checking the consistency. If you want it more buttery, you can add little more of the olive oil. And if you want it a little more sweeter, you can add some honey. That's about it. You literally take 5 minutes to make peanut butter at home. And that's why I really prefer to make this at home. The third ingredient is honey. I've used honey again because we almost eat this every day. You can always use sugar if you're not comfortable using honey. Use powdered sugar in place of honey. And the fourth ingredient, this is crushed almonds. You could use any dry fruits of your choice. Since I like almonds, I'll go ahead with almonds. 3/4 cup of oats. This peanut butter, this is very buttery. So we are going to make this a little liquid. What I've done is I'll microwave this for 15 seconds. You can do the same. If you don't have a microwave, simply put it in a pan and wait for it to liquidify a little. It will take about 2 to 3 minutes in a pan. So we are just going to fold in some peanut butter in the oats. And we're going to add the honey in this. In 3/4 cup of oats, usually 1.5 tablespoons of honey is good enough. And just mix this well. If you really like eating dry fruits in your bar, you can add dry fruits to this mixture. I'm just going to sprinkle some on top because I like my bars to be plain. I don't want any crumbles, but you're free to do it if you want. Now, I have a big dish. I'm running out of parchment paper. If you have a parchment paper, you line any dish with a parchment paper. Right now, what I've done is I've just greased the mold with some olive oil so that the bars don't stick to the bottom. I'm just going to add the mixture into this and set it. So I've just set this mixture in any dish. If you don't have a baking dish, don't bother too much. You can just use any plate which has sides which will be able to hold the firm mixture. I've set it. I'm going to show this to you. This looks nice and tight. Ensure it's very tight, like it's very firm in the consistency. Otherwise, it's all going to crumble when it's solidifying. So it has to be really sticky. We're just going to add some almonds on top. Press it again with a spoon or with a hand, whatever you're comfortable with. And This is how your final product will look. Literally took me 2 minutes to do this. They are so healthy. One is really like it. And after this, you need to put it in the freezer, not your refrigerator. Put it in your freezer for a minimum of 30 minutes. You will usually take between 30 to 45 minutes. So just check it once after 30 minutes. If you think it's solid enough, you can remove it out, cut it into bars, or you could cut it into squares. And if you cut it and freeze it, it's going to stay good for 7 to 10 days. So you can make a bigger batch which runs for about 10 days. I'm just going to show you how the final product looks like. So this is before setting the product. This goes in my freezer for about 30 minutes. See how your bar looks. It's all set. It's all ready to be eaten. Second thing that I'm going to show is a sprouts and roasted vegetable salad. It's a really easy salad. I try to make this at least once a week because it's super healthy, it's super easy, super fun, super filling. 3 hours and you will not run back to the kitchen to ask for any snacks. Trust me, eat the salad once and you'll know it for yourself. So these are regular sprouts that we eat. I've just taken the moong, I've soaked it in water, I've drained and done this for 2 nights, and then I've got these sprouts. You could basically use store-bought sprouts as well, or you could directly just use the moong. You can use whatever sprouts you like in place of this. Second is, these are vegetables. Let me show you how they look. These are roasted vegetables. I'll just quickly tell you how to do this. This is a very good way of adding color to your plate. It looks like a nice rainbow salad. I have carrots, I have French beans, I have beets, and I have capsicum. I didn't have any yellow peppers or red peppers, but if you do have bell peppers, go for it because they add color, they add a lot of nutrients. What I've done is, I've lined a baking tray, I've put all my vegetables, I've put little olive oil, some salt and pepper, that's it, given it a nice mix, spread it evenly on a baking tray, and I've baked it for about 10 to 12 minutes until the vegetables are fork tender, because that's what you need in a salad, and they're a bit charred so that you enjoy the smoky flavor. And just in case you don't have an oven, you can take a pan, put some olive oil, and just saute the vegetables until they are cooked and crispy. One very important thing for people who enjoy eating garlic, I would strongly recommend to grate some garlic into vegetables because the flavor of roasted garlic in the salad is amazing. And if you don't like garlic, you can obviously skip this step. So my sprouts are ready, my roasted vegetables are ready. And the last thing that we want to do is we are going to make a quick dressing, for which I have homemade curd, or you can just take the store-bought curd. You just need curd for this. I'm quickly going to give it a whisk and ensure that it's smooth and it makes a dressing for my salad. So this dressing not only applies to this salad, you could just chop up tomatoes, cucumber, onions, and just put this dressing. It's a very versatile dressing. What I also do is I use this dressing as a dip many times. If I have guests coming over, I'm just going to put some nachos or some chips on a tray with this dip. It goes really well with all of it. Next, what I'm going to add is, I have some garlic salt with me because I'm a very big fan of garlic. But if you don't like garlic or you don't have garlic salt, you can just add normal salt. I'm going to add some garlic salt to my yogurt. I have some chopped coriander. I have some chili flakes for the pinch of spice in the salad. If you like very spicy food, you could add oregano while roasting your vegetables. You could add chili flakes while roasting your vegetables. I've added coriander, chili flakes, garlic salt. Next in goes the oregano. This dip, since it's only curd, you need to season it really well. I've added some black pepper. If it's not seasoned, it's going to be really bland. So ensure that you're generous with the kind of herbs that you're using. And you could use normal pizza seasoning if you like that. I have fresh mint leaves that I'm just going to tear by my hand and put inside because the mint flavor is really nice with yogurt. Give it a nice mix. If you do have spring onions, you can add the scallions from top. It adds a nice green color to your dip. You can use it as a dressing, as a dip. You could just roast some potatoes and put the dip. It works really well with a lot of things. And this is how your dip looks. It looks green with the coriander and the mint. It's got herbs, salt and pepper. So it's very well seasoned. It's a very easy dish. And now is the easiest part. I'm just going to layer everything and your salad is ready. So I'm just going to take a salad plate. I'm going to make a bed of sprouts. So these sprouts, a lot of people I know don't like to eat a lot of raw things. If you find these sprouts to be very raw, you could blanch them in boiling water for about 1 minute until they turn soft. Alternatively, you could just add 1 drop of olive oil and saute it so that they become crunchy and they are cooked. I like to eat my salad raw, so I'm just going to leave it like that. I've added the sprouts. I'm quickly going to add the vegetables into it. I'm putting half my portion because I'm going to put my vegetables. I'm going to add the dressing and then I'll add the vegetables again.
Mhm.
Ensure that your dressing is not very thick because the salad tends to get very dry because the sprouts are dry, the vegetables are dry. So we want the dressing to be a little runny so that it's easier to eat and it doesn't feel very dry in the throat. This is actually the consistency of the dressing. I'm not too sure if you'll be able to see, but it's curd-like consistency. It's not very liquidy and not very solid. Just going to layer the vegetables with the dressing. And one last final layer of the vegetables. You can put all the
Wow.
vegetables at once. I'm just doing it so that my salad looks very nice and colorful. And that's how you make someone eat their salad, right? By making it look good. Otherwise, nobody's ever going to eat a salad. And we're good to go. The third and the final recipe for the night is my favorite because it's a dessert. But how about making a dessert that doesn't make you feel guilty? I have a sugar-free dessert that I'm sure all of us will enjoy. Using the king of fruits, mango, with me, which all of us are eating right now. So there's nothing that's not available with you. Quickly make it after you see this. I'm quickly running you through the ingredients. I have chopped mango pieces. I've used Alfonso mangoes. You could use any mango of your choice. I have mango puree. What I've done is I've taken about 2 mangoes in a mixie. For about 2 mangoes, I've added 5 to 6 ice cubes and just blended it and made a nice cold puree. I've got some muesli with me because I'm just going to add some crunch to the parfait. However, if you like your parfait to be really smooth without any crunch, you can skip it. This is optional. I like it with a little crunch. This is muesli with raisins and almonds. I've got some chopped almonds to garnish on top. I'm saying again, this is sugar-free. That's why I've got honey. In case you want to go ahead and use sugar, you can definitely replace honey with sugar. I've got 1 bowl of fresh cream. I'm using the Amul white and blue Tetra pack of cream. You could use any cream that you like. And I have 1 bowl of hung curd. So I've just taken about 1.5 bowl of curd. I've hung it since morning. And that's how you get a very nice thick consistency, which is nice and smooth for the parfait. And I have some mint leaves for garnish. So we just need to make the parfait layer. 1 layer is the mango puree and the second layer is the hung curd and the cream. So I'm quickly going to mix this. This is my hung curd. Take it in a mixing bowl. And here I have some cream. So usually my quantity is, if I'm taking 1 cup of yogurt, I take about half a bowl of cream. If you like it to be more creamier, you can always adjust the consistency. But in terms of taste, I think this works just fine. The ratio of 1:2 for cream versus hung curd. Give it a nice mix. Ensure it's nice and smooth and it's not granular. Because when you eat it, you just want a very smooth cake kind of thing without sugar. And we're just going to add some honey into this to impart the sweetness. I'm using 1 tablespoon of honey. You can adjust it according to your sweetness. If you wanted more sweet, go ahead, add some extra honey. Give it a nice mix. And here we are ready with our parfait layer. The only step that we are left to do is layer the parfait Put it in the fridge for about 10 minutes so that it's really nice and cold, and then you can gobble. So I'm making portion for two, myself and my husband. We're going to start off with mango pieces. In goes your second layer. That is the yogurt, cream and honey layer that we just made. You can always decide the thickness of your layer depending on which layer you like the most. I'm going to add some mango puree into this. Now in goes my muesli. As I said, if you're not a fan of anything crunchy, you can skip this step. This has raisins and almonds, so it's actually quite healthy. That's my muesli. We're just going to add one more layer of the cream and the yogurt so that the parfait looks nice, full and colorful. Now we are finally going to finish it with some garnishing. The remaining mango pieces go on top. We are going to put some crushed almonds on top. And we finish it off with a few mint leaves, fresh flavor. I'm going to come close to the camera, show you how exactly the parfait looks.
Wow, this is amazing.
I hope you all can see it.
Yes, I can.
With the final recipe, and enjoy this guilt-free. Eat it every day. There's no harm in eating your fruits every day, and mango is seasonal, so make the most of it. And I really hope all of you all have enjoyed all the 3 recipes. Thank you, Nigel, for having me.